This week's champion trends feature Shyvana, Corki, Heimerdinger, Aatrox, Nidalee, and Jinx. I'm into Geektron of Cloth 5, and this is LolKing's League Trends. Let's dive into Summoner's Rift. Champs with an increase in pick rate for this week, aka it's Ladies' Night, were headed up once again by Sivir with a 3.55% change from last week, which now puts her at an 18.1% pick rate, followed by the Dragon Lady Shyvana, with Riven, Syndra, and Morgana rounding out the top 5. Guys, I think it's about time we talked about Shyvana, as she's been dominating both the competitive scene and the solo queue lately. So how did this half-dragon claw her way back into the flavor of the month? It's all due to Riot's buff to her entire kit. Anyone who gets struck by Shyvana's Flame Breath will take 2% health damage every time they get hit by her auto attacks. Combined with her Twin Bite ability, she's able to chunk any top laner in seconds. Shyvana can build full tank and yet still dish out immense amounts of damage. I mean, are you really that surprised she's so popular? You get to dive into the enemy team as a f***ing dragon. Nom nom nom. Champs with the largest decrease in pick rate for the past week were led by Corki at 4.34%, followed up by Zyra, Nocturne, Shen, and Blitzcrank. As Sivir keeps rising in popularity, Corki's pick rating, like the polar ice caps, keeps going down. Due to his latest nerfs on his rockets, Corki has been walking down the road of defeat. The nerf reduced rockets damage in the early levels as well as increased cooldown in between shots. Good news to the players who can't dodge rockets that well, but a sad day for Corki mains. Even with the nerfs to Corki, he's still a strong marksman and viable in competitive play. Who am I kidding? AP Corki works in the solo queue as well. With Liandry's Torment, each rocket will leave you bleeding. Literally rockets for days. The champs with the largest increase in win rate, or as I like to call them, the tryhards, are Heimerdinger with a plus 7.69%, with Karma, Rumble, Galio, and Zac rounding out the top 5. Winner winner chicken dinner, Heimerdinger has the highest increase in the win rate this week. His most recent rework is nothing to scoff at. This little guy with a big brain really packs a punch with his improved Hextech Rocket Swarm and upgraded turret. His rockets now do up to 1080 base damage plus 215% AP ratio to a single target. The improvement to his rockets makes him able to burst down his enemy in a heartbeat. Talk about a booming success. And that new turret of his, I'm sure anyone who has seen it would say that that thing is huge. Our next 5 champions are heading up the largest decrease in win rate, and they are Corki with negative 2.74%, while Kog'Maw, Ahri, Aatrox, and Veigar fill out the remaining spots. The unkillable demon of Summoner's Rift has decreased in win rate just a tad bit since his nerf from the Harrowing patch. The nerf reduced his early game attack speed and his damage on Blades of Torment. This lowered his early game dueling potential as well as his ability to wave clear. But just because he was toned back a bit does not mean he isn't as vicious as before. Aatrox is still extremely aggressive in lane and will Dark Flight onto you if you're caught out of position. And with his annoying passive Bloodwell, he will still punish you if you make a mistake. Goody. Champs with an increase in ban rate for this week, or nobody wants to play with me, are headed up by Nidalee with a plus 14.92% increase from last week. And trailing behind her by quite a large margin are Riven, Nasus, Tryndamere, and Renekton. Are you sick of getting one-shotted by spears? Are you tired of never being able to catch this cougar? Jump on the ban train as Nidalee's ban rate goes up another 14.92% this week. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I just wish this applied to Nidalee spears. This agile lady makes doing Dragon or Baron nearly impossible with her constant poking at you from behind. If that's not the worst part, you can't even catch her due to her movement speed buff from being in a brush and her ability to hop over walls. As we see Nidalee's pick rate continue to rise, we can also predict that so will her ban rate. Riot, please help those who can't dodge or see the spears coming for their life. Finally, we had the largest decrease in ban rate for the past week, with Zed at 17.9%, followed by Jinx, Heimerdinger, Corki, and Aatrox. I guess you can say that the Jinx hype train is coming to an end as her pick rate and ban rate continue to decrease. Her ban rate dropped yet another 14.11% this week as more people are figuring out how to play against her in lane. Riot has also reduced her attack speed buff from her minigun in early levels as well as her base damage on Zap. At first glance, you'll see that Zap does merely 10% base damage at level 1, but then you realize that it still has 140% AD ratio, at which point you cry because she's still OP as f. Overall, Jinx is still a strong champion and will see a lot of competitive play. The decrease in ban rate is simply a sign that she isn't the new girl on the block anymore. And that's it for this week's show. Please be sure to subscribe to LolKing on YouTube to keep up on these league trends, and be sure to subscribe to Cloth5 on YouTube for more great analysis. I'm Geektron, and thanks for watching.